The trouble is that the army is paid in coins. And if you don't have enough silver or gold to pay that army, there's only one way to do it, and that's to stretch the metal farther, to debase the currency. And once you debase the currency, put less silver or gold into the coins, merchants will look at that coin and say, this is only, 5% silver. I'll give you 5% what that coin is worth, face value. And so inflation goes. So it's one of these things that the emperors are backed into a corner. They have to pay their soldiers more and more at a time of crisis in the 3rd century, at a time when they're earning less and less from taxes because the empire is in absolute disarray. And so they have to give these guys lots of coins, but the coins they can give them, the only coins they can give them are bad coins. And this floods the economy in a lot of ways, along with the general decay of, the Roman provincial structure at this time. But inflation.
Wait, what do you mean decay of provincial structure?
So the empire in the 3rd century, in the middle part of the 3rd century, between the Severan emperors and Diocletian, almost collapses. We call this the crisis of the 3rd century. And there's a series of very short-lived emperors. There's invasions from every side. And the empire really falls apart at the seams. It's only saved by a series of very competent military emperors who culminate in Diocletian, who then establish a much more bureaucratic state on the ruins of the classical Roman Empire. And so we see this sort of a moment of transition between the empire of Augustus and the empire that Constantine will inherit pretty soon afterward. An empire that's more centralized, that's more autocratic, and has a lot more space in some ways for a real ideology like Christianity. But anyway, so inflation does not bring down the empire. It weakens the empire at a time when it does not need to be weakened.